Wow, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Finally decided I really ought to come on, say hello to everybody and go live, because I haven't been on in forever. Just been stupidly, madly busy, in all fairness. I've had an incident with my van. In other words, she's very poorly and she might not make it through. My lovely blessed bee, my black camper. Shush, phone. My lovely camper van has had some trouble. I believe it's something to do with a blown head gasket. So I'm reliably informed, not my area of expertise. And nobody really wants to know because she's vintage, like myself. She's Japanese, not like myself. And it's not easy to get the parts. Tanya, hello. I've just been watching some of your amazing scores and things that you found. And I love your videos because I can hear those amazing birds in the background. It's just magical. Very different from a rather chilly England, I suspect. It's a beautiful day, and I've been out this morning treasure hunting. So, and I went on the bus. Now, the bus where I am out in the no ends of nowhere is a bit crap, really. It's not expensive, but if it turns up, it's kind of like if it feels like it, you know, whatever. So you can't really be in a rush for anywhere, and I've just had to rush back because I had to get some injections for Egypt, which I'm going to. A Nile cruise in about, I would say about 8 weeks' time, 7-8 weeks' time. And I'm looking forward to it immensely. I'm much excited. But I did go on a little treasure hunt down the road to Tunbridge Wells. Some of you will know it well. Oh, people are in. Oh, hello, Tom. I hope everything's going all right with your storage units. I gather you have a greedy landlord. Surprise, surprise, that seems to be a theme at the moment. And I hope you managed to sort that out because you've got a lot of stuff, haven't you? Hello, Crispy. Nice to see you. Yeah, I really haven't done live in God knows how long. I've been just stupidly busy. Everything takes longer when you've got to go everywhere by public transport, which is why people drive. I mean, I have to get a bus to go to my garages to collect my stock, the clothing stock, not the jewellery. And then I have a walk with all the bags, and then I have to get the bus back, and it takes forever. So I'm not deeply happy about that, but I will show the jewellery first. Oh, I don't have anything to do with QuickBooks. It's our tax return time, Tanya. It's in the UK. Deadline for tax returns is rapidly approaching. It's the 31st of January. I do mine sort of with spreadsheets and with the help of the reports that eBay tells me how much they paid me, which is really all I need to know is how much money I've got coming in. And then I'm very simple. My expenses are things like my rent for the garages, not from my house, obviously. Postage and stock purchases, things like that. And yeah, I keep it as simple as I can. Oh, you have a sale? Yes, you have sales tax, don't you, in the States? That varies from state to state, if I'm right. Complications. We don't have that. We don't have sales tax, but we do get taxed income tax. The HMRC, which I think is the same as the IRS in the States, expects us to do these things. So, what did I find? I guess I was sort of hoping this might be amber. I kind of think it probably isn't, but it was £2, which is not many dollars. I can't really tell, but I rather liked her. She's got a nice little barrel clasp, and it's a nice length. So it may well be a type of plastic, but she's quite old. Do excuse the nails. It's the problem with black nail varnish. The minute it's on, it wants to escape. And mine has quite royally. I need to redo them. So that was a little purchase that I may sell separately, or it may go in a lot. Your QuickBooks are fine. Yeah, I'm very old school when it comes to that kind of thing, and it sounds more complicated than it needs to be. I thought this was rather lovely. It's one of these celluloid. I've had them with snake heads, little snake heads on them. But this is, I do apologise for my very amateurish. I can't even edit and do non-lives. I just do bits. But it seems to have all of its little stones, and it's kind of very simple and very basic. But I think it's quite old, and I can see the kind of grind marks where they've sort of faceted. It's not completely round. It's kind of been shaved, which is odd. And that's why I liked it, 'cause it was a bit weird. Oh, hello, jewellery sales. Yeah, on a Monday. Yeah, I did mine. I usually try and do mine, in all fairness, between Christmas and New Year. And this year was just busy. I didn't get the downtime, because I quite like gathering all the stuff together. And there's a part of me that quite likes that, which is wrong, I suspect. But so I quite enjoyed the process. And then I file it. And then I kind of get ready for the pain that is paying the bill. These were a whole £1.50, but they may be glass, but they are on silver hooks. Now, our charity shops, or chazzers as we tend to call them, can be a bit hot on spotting silver and then putting a premium price on it. But these little things, I do have a Brazilian tester, but I'm suspecting they're probably glass. They're not shouting that they're anything amazing, but they're little silver hooks and they're nice dangles. So really rather cute. I have been watching anyone out there who is interested in jewellery, and I know that's probably not everyone in today, but maybe people who are watching me in the future, in the past, inception, might find that Tanya is good friends with this chap, Jason Adams. My God, what that man doesn't know. And he's so creative, which I would love to be, but I just appreciate other people's creativity. And he's an absolute gem. He really is a complete star and a joy to watch. So I have to recommend his channel, and of course my jewellery addiction, the Tanya there. I love the turquoise jewellery, which we don't see over here that much. Literally, we don't see it, and I adore it. You know, the First Nation jewellery, the interesting stuff. Oh, don't get me started. I can see it is addictive. Right, so I paid very little for those. I think I might have paid £1 for that, and £1.50 for those earrings. I've sort of muddled everything up in my bag because it's, as I say, I was in a bit of a rush. Now, where's what gone there? Now, for a whole, I want to say 50p. I think it was 50p, which is £0.50. This is copper, which I can't wear, sadly, because I'm deeply allergic to anything that's not silver or gold. But I thought, how cool is that? Nice bangle with a little engraving on it. The rare but glorious sunshine that we're getting is not really letting me show you. Plus a few scabby fingerprints, of course. That's me. I'm not sure what I thought it was a snake, but it isn't. It's more sort of frondy and a nice little scalloped edge too. It looks a bit sort of messed on the inside. I'll give it a wipe over. But that's unusual. I don't find copper very often. You've got tax code. Yeah, with turquoise and silver. Oh, yes, because you do know about jewellery, don't you, Tom? Yes, lovely. And just visually, one of my favourite things is a massive piece of abalone. Love it. The colours never quite come out beautiful on the camera, but it's on a nice leather cord, which has sterling silver findings. Because I can spot a sterling silver finding, ain't I, love? She says confidently, and then she'll find out it's not. It does say 925 on it. There we go. So that's something that I can wear. Whether I will wear it or not, I don't know. But I love the colours in the abalone. I love natural substances. So I like the corals and all the gems and the turquoise and garnets, and there is so much to learn though. But I think that was £1, that necklace, and 50p for the bangle. So they were real bargains. There's a little place I go to just in my town here, and for ages they will not change the jewellery. They'll have the same stuff, but I can literally go past the window and think, they've put some new stuff out, and I go and have a rummage, and it's £1 for a necklace and 50p for a bracelet. So it's worth a check. You know how to make it. You know how to make it. Oh wow, I didn't. Well, of course you're a bit of a craftsperson, aren't you? How to buying it, selling it, not so much. It is a knack, isn't it? It is a knack. Right, what have I got in here? It's in a big box. I paid £3. Did I pay £3 for that? Yes, I obviously did. I was feeling a bit generous. And it's got knotted. I've got tangulation. Bear with. Here we go. It's a very small, but this is one of my favourite charity shops, and I like their cause. It's a hospice shop, hospice charity shop. And this was rather sweet. It's not going to show up very well, especially not on my winkly fingers, but it's a little adjustable bracelet, and it's just this little ball and chain, and it's rather sweet. It's silver, and I found £3. There's some money in there. A lot of the stuff that I've been finding, jewellery wise, I've sort of stockpiling because I've got a bit of a master plan. My husband is thinking of retiring over in the next couple of years, so I'm figuring I might want to downsize my operation, not do so much in my clothes and stick to jewellery. So this is kind of my pension, if you like. It sounds awful, doesn't it? But it is true. So there's a lot of stockpiling going on, and I'm learning more about it because I've hung on to it and I'm researching it. So it's rather than just sort of flipping it, if you know what I mean. You've got a master's in jewellery and furniture design, natural red coral pieces. I do have some quite chunky coral, and it's hard to know for me, who's a bit thick in some dimensions, whether it is dyed or whether it's actually natural. And it's big chunks, and I can't see anywhere where it looks dyed. But I need to learn more. This was a find. It's cost me a whole £1.50, and it's really a necklace, a long necklace with these. Hang on, what am I showing you? It's just got these funny little dangles, funny little dangles on, and it is silver. Interestingly enough, now the brand I don't know. It's also vintage because it has an old clasp, and the brand is Black and Siggy. I think Siggy, S-I-G-I, Black and Siggy. And I originally, when I kind of saw that, I thought, well, I can't see 95 on it, but on the clasp itself, it does say, yeah, it does say 95. I wasn't imagining things. You've lived off jewellery for 2 years now. The thing is, my eBay store is an awful lot of clothing, sort of like vintage clothing, and I like art glass and just anything that catches my eye, really. Very eclectic. But the jewellery was something a couple of years ago, I'll say about 2.5 years ago. My very good friend Anne, who also doesn't do YouTube, but I take her to boot fairs and things where she puts her stall out and I go and buy. And I've learned so much of her because she's amazing. And it really piqued my interest. And I thought, I really want to learn jewellery. So I thought, right, I'll give myself 2 years. Being generous, give myself 2 years to learn it. And I've learned a lot, admittedly, but, thankfully, you don't stop learning, so I'm never going to get bored. But I think that's quite a pretty little bit of silver. For a whole £1.50. Don't mind if I do. So that was rather lovely. Oh, it's a bag of crisps with my name on them over there. Right, now these, I don't know if they're going to show up. I'm guessing it's sodalite rather than lapis because it doesn't have the flecks and it's got that bit of white in it. Lovely pair of earrings that I suspect are sterling. These cost me, I paid £4 for these, and they come in a very handy box. Nice price of that. You need to know how to list it. Oh, absolutely. We should do a bit of a chat. Yes, absolutely. Lex is absolutely the expert, without a doubt. But I hope I've learned something that could be useful, and I'm happy to help. Right, let me show you these. There we go. I love blue things. Love blue things. Oh, crunch. Now I'm not sure. I mean, they are sort of glued on the back. They're not the absolute best quality, but they have bothered to carve the back, which is nice. Oh, my nails look shocking. And I see all these people doing their wonderful things, and they've got, oh, hang on, it says something here. And they've got the most glorious nails because they do that gel nail thing. I think there is a mark on here, but there's tarnish as well, so I'm not going to, I will test and make sure, but I'm pretty sure that those are silver. And if not, they're still a lovely pair of earrings. That's part of the game, isn't it, really? So they were rather cute. And quite big too. I mean, they've got to be, they're over 1 inch long. 2.5 centimetres. So yeah, keep those in there. But I literally have stockpiles of jewellery. It's getting a little embarrassing. These glorious. Now these were 3 whole English pounds. Again, I love the colour. They're quite heavy. They're chunky. They've got a slightly sort of tribally vibe on them. They've got mismatched backs that makes me think that's something slightly odd. So the backs of them are like this. I'm pretty sure these are silver. I haven't seen a mark, but then I haven't inspected terribly closely. But you know, when you're paying, was it £3, 3 English pounds for them, it's not bad. And one of the backs is a little bent, so because the backs seem quite soft, that's another way, isn't it? Crispy. Having no, absolutely zero about jewellery. I have a single ingot thing in the book. What? Wow. Okay. Impressive. I know people do sell fake ones, but it has been known. I really like these. See, the thing is with having this hair all over the place, there's not really the angst, you see. Can you tell? Yes, they're rather lovely, and I'll test them, but I think they're very likely to be silver. I've got better over the years at spotting silver. I think, yeah, we've done those. I think my find of the day in terms of jewellery has to be these. Saw these sitting there for the princely sum again of £4. And if I can actually, okay, I'll do it this way. Take the sticky off and then you can see them. I thought these were stunning. And I'm going to look into these because I think there's something really rather special. How amazing are those? Nice, solid, artisan made. I'm guessing they don't look mass produced because they're not even exactly the same. Little differences. Great silver hooks. You're trying to move more jewellery. Yeah, packaging. I have breakables, and that's when I regret buying glass because it has to be packaged. These are so nice. They're so lovely. Ooh. And my favourite silver colour, can you tell? Now, these have got full hallmarks on, and they're very tiny hallmarks, but I fell in love with these. I mean, these, like a lot of my things, can be catch and release. They stay with me for a while. LG, English hallmarks. And then there's this odd little, God, sorry, my eyes. There's this odd little mark on them, which is, it's 2000, with it like a cross, kind of a Maltese cross that says 2000. So I'm guessing that was probably when someone made them. They are quite weighty. I mean, they're not heavy. You'd be all right to wear them. But they're just so nicely made. So I should find out who LG is, because I'm impressed with their work. You know, that's what fascinates me about jewellery. I love learning how something's made, which is why Jason's channel appeals so much. And Tony's, people who know how the amount of work that goes into these things that are crafted. And I may have to do a little bit of a show and tell on some of the more interesting pieces of jewellery that I've found that I'm still researching because I know so little about them, and I'd love input from people who know how it's made, because I've got things that I just think it's got to be something because it's beautifully made. So that was the jewellery. I said this was going to be reasonably brief. Other things I've picked up are sort of classic. It's costume, it's not marked, it's not amazing, but there's a big trend on these big chunky gold tone necklaces at the moment. So that should get listed quite soon. I have a bit of a soft touch for things, again, as I said, the natural things. So I've got things like this big horn. This is all horn. A little bit of a ding at the bottom there, as you can see, but it's a big horn necklace. A bit tribal, a bit kind of girdle-lingard, a bit kind of monies, with that asymmetrical style. These things, you know, I mean, I pay sort of like £1 each for these. I don't pay a lot for costume. And really, It's really rather fabulous. This is quite a chunky chain necklace. There is a little wear in a couple of places, but it's still quite a statement. I mean, you know, fabulous, darling. I'm highly allergic to this sort of jewellery. And this had a tag on it, which I'm desperately trying to show you. I have not a clue what that is. I've had it under the magnifying glass and everything. It's obviously somebody, because it's a quality thing, but there's a little bit of a rub to the plating, which is unfortunate, but you know, somebody may want. And this was in perfect nick, and this is, I know I'm getting older now because my eyes, I've gotten away with it for so many years, where my eyes were fine. I'm like, I'll be fine. And then the optician said to me, well, you know, when people get to about 40, they find that their reading vision starts to go. I thought, well, I'm a couple of decades late for that. But hello, you know, 18 karat gold plated, this says it is. And Fontaine. How lovely. But that is just gorgeous. I mean, I do love a kind of a collar length necklace. But I've got a relatively small neck, so they kind of do hang in the right place, particularly the vintage ones. But yeah, I pick up all sorts of things like this cuff. And this is, I think it's actually Jaeger. Jaeger? Yes, it's Jaeger. But it's just a faux, you know, it's plastic, but how stylish. And I've been told that big bangles are coming back in. I have it on authority. Big bangles are the thing. So I'm seriously hoping that's true, because I've got quite a lot, truth be known. Right, okay, so that's probably all that's of much interest. But other things, stuffs that I picked up. Oh, see you later, Jules, school pickup. Oh yes, I remember all that. This was a belt. I love this beadwork. It's tooled leather. It fits me, but it's only just. It's quite skinny, but it's got like a Thunderbird, a Firebird on it. Oh, I adore this sort of thing. And I know it takes work. It's just stunning. And there it was, sat in a charity shop for £1.50. Yes, please. I love things like this. Will I ever wear it? Possibly not, but I love the work that goes in. I've been quite fortunate, really. I've had quite a few people buying my big craft bags. I have 4 kilo bags of broken jewellery that people craft with, because, you know, I mean, it's not on for a lot. And the postage is quite hefty, obviously. But I love selling it because I know someone's going to make use of it. But carrying a 4 kilo bag down to the post box when you've got no transport, not the most fun. But my 2 kilo bags are going all right. And I've got some vintage ones I really should put on as well. But I'm just so slow. Right, okay, cracking on. So we've all got busy days, but I will. Oh, odd things that I sell. Ties. I do. Ties don't move very quickly, got to say. However, I look for the good brands, like you do. And there were 4 ties in this little bag for £6.95. I just shoved them out. Now, the reason I picked them up is these are all self-tie bow ties. And I know a lot of people very much like the polka dot design. What I liked even more is the fact that 2 of them are Christian Dior, monsieur. And they really look in very, very good nick. There's a blue one and there's a red one. Now, they're not fast movers, but there's some decent money in those. And there were 2 others that came with, both silk, which are like tie rack. You know, so I'll list them. They'll go. They take next to no space, and you get instructions on how to tie them, because I haven't got a clue. Right now, the other lovely thing I picked up today. Of course, I grabbed these thinking they'd do for me, and then I realised that they probably wouldn't, for a very good reason. I have always been able to sell Not Your Daughter's jeans. Now, most people know these because they were very hot for a while and then they kind of went off the boil. But I have worn these and I think they're amazing because they're decently high-waisted. They seem to cater to the fact that one has waist and hips. And these are nice velvety ones. But of course, they are USA sized. So USA size 12 is not the same as a UK size 12. A USA size 12 is equivalent to a UK 16, which no good for me. However, because I'm more of a UK 12, but they're beautiful. They're like this velvet, and they always sell. I mean, the minute go for massive money, but they always sell because people like that brand if they know it fits them. So I have to be careful when I listen to say it's a US 12. Put all the measurements in. They've got elastane because who wears trousers without elastane in these days, or jeans? Because otherwise it's not happening. Right, okay. And the other couple of bits. I bought the jewellery and I was about to leave the shop when I spotted a £2 rail. Now, a £2 rail in our charity shops at the moment is quite a rare thing. So I thought, damn, I'll have a look. Usually there's nothing. Primark t-shirts, bit of worn out Zara, that's it. However, well, today was my lucky day because on the £2 rail, and I don't know why, because this is not a cheap shop normally, was a Celtic & Co. This is a very nice brand of jumper. And it's a big jumper. It's huge. Not my colour. I look a bit old in brown. However, just the most soft. I mean, the minute you touch it, you know it's quality. Lovely soft big jumper. And it says it's a large, and I'm not sure if it's a fella's large. No, I think it's a lady's. Going by arm length, that's how I tell. Jason, I've been talking about you, because you're just fantastic and how I love your channel and learning things. So I am not worthy. Thank you for joining me. Couldn't be more excited. I showed the tiniest bit of jewellery. I was saying I may need to pick your brains about some of the stuff I've got stockpiled. So there we go. A nice big jumper. This is Celtic & Co. And I will pick up nice quality clothes if I find it. And it will tell me it's 100% lamb's wool. Size large. Thank you very much for £2. Yes. Money in that. Because I still make most of my money from clothing because there's so much of it about. This one, even better. Oh, if only this had been in black. It's a jumper with a hood on. So it's a hoodie. It's the softest thing ever. It's like so snuggly you could lose yourself in it. I don't think it has any holes. I hope to God it hasn't. Because I'm showing this so badly. Now, I don't know this brand, but I just knew by the feel it's quality. Jumper 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm guessing 4 is the size because it's got a little gold circle around it. So this is a good size. It's got a little kangaroo pocket on the front. £2, I'm telling you. And it's made out of, she says, looking frantically for the label, 100% cashmere. Cashmere. Oh, yes, definite connect, Jason, definitely. So that's 100% cashmere. It's a good quality, thick cashmere, and that's going to pay for my entire day out shopping. So I'm very happy about that. If it had been in black, it wouldn't have been going anywhere. That would have been on my body. But brown, not really me. So there you go. It's like I say, it's been a hot minute since I last did one. So what have I pressed there? I pressed a bloody button. What have I done? That's very silly. I've lost my chat. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me. I know what I need to do. Go back to the comments. Yay. Yeah, thank you for joining me. It's been a delight. I will try and come on a little bit more. Anyone who watches this later on, hello to you, and I will try and be a bit more productive. Coles, useless, very random. I tend to do a do a thing because I want to. Oh, my final find. Sorry, they're about to say goodbye. What did I find? A bag. A proper little goth bag. I am an OG. I am an original goth. And this says Susie Darkside, which is a brand I've never heard of. But I thought that'll be a nice little bag. Might sell it because it's too small for me, really. That's my filing system for my receipts. But yes, a nice little bag that cost me all of £3. And I sell a lot of goth stuff simply because I love it and I know other people do. You know, steampunk, Whitby, all that kind of thing. Because yes, I am old enough to have been an original goth. And I love every minute of it. So I hope you're all having fun. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy whatever weather you're having because spring is coming. And take care. And I will end this stream if I remember which button to press. So, tutty bye everyone. Bye-bye.